Thank you, Mr. Select. My name is Clint Salton. My address is 2410 Monte Carlo Trail, and the floor is 305. I want to say that welcome to the school year, board, Mrs. Black. I wish that it was a more positive welcome in light of what our employees are saying about your leadership with regard to their substantial differentials and disparities between their salaries, their needs, and the needs of our children that are Orange County Public School students. I myself have put four students through Orange County Public School system. I have been aware of the rampant, I guess, displeasure between what teachers deserve and what we're affording them in this county. I think we shouldn't be driven by what we consider capital improvement needs of facilities, because everybody knows that education is what happens inside of a facility and not what happens to a facility. We have to make sure, through you and all of you, and I know many times you taken some of my statements is picking on any one of you. I haven't. I've actually been picking on all of you. It's called collective bargaining association of blame. I blame you for some of the things that's happening in our community schools, closures that don't have to happen. But when we drive our education by a capital improvement budget on new building construction as opposed to the improvement of the quality of the instruction, I think we missed the mark. I think what we have to begin to do, and I think I would hate to be in your position, especially as an elected official in Central Florida at this point in time. But I do admire the fact that you do pour thousands upon thousands of man hours into making sure that you represent these voters. I know you do. I know each of you care to put out something that you want to put out and say with pride that you accomplished the best that you could. But my son was an excellent student in Orange County Public Schools, valedictorian of his class, came back educated in Orange County Public Schools, and now is in Leon County Schools. The disparity between his pay and what he was able to do was too vast for him to ignore. I have to tell you that I think that there has to be some balancing of how we approach this whole makings of what we're going to build over the next 10 years and what we're putting out every year in the students, 100,000+ students that come through. You know, Bill Gates said that we're ruining millions of students in public education, and I hate to say that that's true. I don't even want to admit that. What I want to say is that we give a good effort, we give college a try, but the proof is in the pudding. We measure success by the outputs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Salter. Next we have Mr. Fred Short. Mr. Short, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the board for giving us this chance to speak. I know Fred Short, 1412 West Brookshire Court, Winter Park, Florida. Happy to say that I've taught in Orange County my whole career, 20-something years, I've lost count. Because I hit the top of the pay scale, so there's no place else to go. I don't envy the position you're in, and I'd like to let you off the hook, but that's not why I'm here today. I heard talk about wage theft. I started tallying the number of hours that I give uncompensated, and last year's number was 342 uncompensated hours. That's the equivalent of 10 weeks. And when I think about the lost time that I've had with my 10-year-old daughter and my 15-year-old son, it's heartbreaking when I think about lost time that I can never get back again. I've heard it said many times in bargaining that we're salaried employees and we can't make any overtime. We can't make anything more than, well, normally it's a 40-hour week. We don't even get that. But that's not true. Martin Marietta, or now I guess McDonnell Douglas anyway, they have a policy that once an employee works more than 5 hours in a week, they get overtime. And they are salaried employees. So I really don't want to hear, I'm sorry, you guys haven't told me this, but other people that represent you have. And I really don't want to hear that there's a law that keeps us from getting paid for extra time. I also heard talk about financial cliff earlier, and this massive fund that we have for financial cliff. Well, I did not hear any more compelling financial cliff than what some of these earlier teachers had conveyed and shared with us. That, to me, that's a real financial cliff. That's actual living daily and nightly with that. We have not only a financial, I would wish that the special project for this fund would be to give us the raises that we truly deserve, in addition to what the governor's initiative has brought to us. I think it's time for you to be bold and assertive and step out there like you've never done before. And I really hope that you will consider that. We not only have a financial cliff, we have a morale cliff. And their teachers are being pushed off the boat, off the financial cliff and off the morale cliff as well. I heard talk about CPI and how the effective spending power of dollars for the county has really slacked. But let's remind everyone that all the teachers are dealing with the same consumer price index and raising the prices too. So we can't just talk about one person's perspective on the consumer price index. But the 30-something million every year rolled in. Every year is the definition of recurring. I mean, that's what it means. So maybe you can't spend $30 million this year on teacher salary, but what about the past $30 million? Working conditions, I hope you will maybe consider, you do have power with working conditions, maybe you can do something with that for us too, at a separate meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Short. All right, I've got Heather Pierre Joseph, and then after that, Lisa Mollison, Deanna Wolford, and Anthony Sims. Ms. Pierre Joseph, welcome.
Good evening. Heather Pierre Joseph, 6372 Raleigh Street, Orlando, Florida, 32835. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I just came here as an observer. I'm a parent. My daughter attends Dr. Phillips High School. She's a sophomore. I'm kind of neutral because I don't really know much about and to make an informed decision on what's going on with the budget. It's my first time here. And I was not going to speak. However, I am very appalled that on one action that stirred me and stirred my daughter in a negative way. It kind of stirred us both to action. The meeting started approximately 30 minutes late, when Chairman Sublett mentioned about taking a break. People were taking breaks, walking in and out, but the gesture of hitting the gavel and pushing away was very offensive. My daughter, my 10th grader, who attends Dr. Phillips, said, "Mom, I felt offended and it was demeaning." I don't know much or anything about what's going on, but it's kind of piqued my curiosity. And I told my daughter it's time for action because this is not the floor of the Florida legislature. There is some sort of camaraderie or a day that you deal with. And you normally see that on the floor of legislature when you deal with that with your peers. But I think there are not only teachers in this room, but there are also parents and their students. And I am very, very appalled at that behavior. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Pierre Joseph. Ms. Pierre Joseph, I'm sorry to appall at that behavior, but I can tell you from 8 years in the legislature, the level of decorum that we require here is far less than what is demanded in the Florida legislature. So if that appalls you, I apologize, but we do abide by parliamentary procedure and the rules of decorum. Those are our rules. All right, we've now got Lisa Mollison. Ms. Mollison, forgive me if I mispronounce your name.
Vote him out.
And then Deanna Wolford, and then Anthony Sims. Welcome.
It's Lisa Nick Wilson, 1978 St. Andrews Way, Mount Dora, Florida, 32747. Thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity to speak. I, like the parent, I am a teacher though, but I am kind of new and I've been trying to get more involved and understand the process. And so hearing all of what's going on with the budget and being a teacher going into my 8th year now, I'm kind of confused and don't quite understand why there never is any money. I never really understand why is it that our salary has to be bargained for. When I started with the district in 2006, I
understood that there's a salary schedule, there's steps, and you get a step increase every year. Okay, fine, no problem. So my first year working, next year got a step increase, and all of a sudden it came to a dead halt. Another dear friend of mine, co-worker, was in the same boat where a lot of people always look forward to that big step from like, I think year 15 to 16, where it was like a several $1,000 increase that she missed out on and still has yet to recover the pay on. I'm not sure what information the board has about where we got raises, because I don't know where they are. We received like several years with no raise. Then one year we came out and we received like a $500 bonus, and then just 2 years ago when they redid the salary schedule and you got your new letter assignment for what you were. And I don't know what other raises that I've gotten. And like one of the science teachers said, I also paid myself by going to get a master's so that I could get an increase in pay, but with no help from the board, because like you all don't even really fund your teachers for education, but you want us to provide education to students and instruction that's rigor and all of this, but like you don't do anything to support your teachers education-wise. One of my other concerns that I'm not quite sure about is, I know that, all teachers know, of course, we don't get paid in the summer, and so what we do is, along with all of the things that are already taken out of our salary, like the 3% for retirement. We set aside deferred pay, if you pay insurance premiums, if you try and contribute so that you have some retirement, all those things are deducted out of your paycheck. But does that money, which I know you can't answer, but I would just be curious to know if that money goes into an account that earns interest, because I don't understand why we don't have some interest sitting around, because there's a lot of teachers that I know that do deferred pay, and so we don't get any interest back on our money. It's our money, it's less of our salary that we earn in a year, and then have to make it through the summer with that money or find a job to offset those expenses. So I would just hope that the board would consider giving us raises, because we work very hard, we work countless hours, we work with few breaks, we work, a lot of people say, one of my little jokes that I always tell is that, I don't think I want to stay in the teaching profession, because it's very stressful, it's demanding, we get no appreciation, we get no additional pay, and it would be nice just to work a job where you could go to the bathroom if you wanted to. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ms. Deanna Wolford, and then our final speaker, I believe, is Mr. Anthony Sims. Ms. Wolford, welcome.
Thank you. Deanna Wolford, 900 South Chickasaw Trail, 32825. I've been an Orange County student and employee for 25 years. Not all at the same time. But this county means a lot to me, my school means a lot to me, and my students mean a lot to me. I think all of us, or most of us, are in this profession because we care deeply about our students. And this is a public forum, and we not only have a right to be here, but an obligation to be here. To let you all know how important this is to us, and to our families, and also to our students. Because anyone who is a parent of a child, which I am not, but anyone who is a parent of a child knows that when you are stressed out, that communicates to your child no matter how much you try to hide it. And it communicates to our students as well. And we care about them, and we do everything that we can for them, and we want to make sure that we do our best for them, and we need your help to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Our final speaker is Mr. Anthony Sims. Mr. Sims, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Anthony Sims, 1936 Waterford Circle, Claremont, Florida. I came up with 11 Orange County. The first thing is that I just wanted to say that, I understand the budget. However, you guys can do a little bit more to meet us halfway. And also, I also wanted to bring the attention of, working conditions, because people have been harassed, and this has nothing to do with following directions or the new Marzano or anything like that. The people here have been harassed by principals, and so have I, and I just wanted to bring that to your attention. That's part of the working conditions, so please try to do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sims.